Have you ever heard of a gift that could kill? In the glittering courts of Tudor England, gloves were more than just elegant accessories. They could be deadly. In 1551, an assassination plot targeted Lady Mary, future Queen Mary I, using a pair of poisoned gloves. The gloves were laced with a lethal toxin, designed to seep into the skin upon wearing. Fortunately, Mary was warned and never wore them, but the incident sent shockwaves through the royal court. This chilling episode reveals how even the most refined objects could become weapons in the game of power. Imagine waking up to a city silenced by fear, ships abandoned in the harbor, and streets nearly empty. In 541 AD, the plague of Justinian swept through Constantinople, killing up to 5,000 people a day at its peak. The deadly disease, likely bubonic plague, spread rapidly across the Byzantine Empire, decimating populations and crippling the economy. Emperor Justinian himself fell ill but survived. The aftermath reshaped the ancient world, weakening empires, disrupting trade, and altering the course of history in ways that still echo today. Did you know an all-female Soviet bomber regiment struck fear into Nazi soldiers during World War II? Nicknamed the Night Witches, these women pilots flew plywood biplanes on daring nightly raids. Navigating in darkness, they'd cut their engines and glide silently over targets, dropping bombs before vanishing into the night. Their skill and bravery earned them respect and terror from their enemies, who believed only witches could fly so stealthily. Against all odds, these aviators completed over 23,000 missions, etching their legend into history. Imagine waking to the sound of war horns as Viking longships slice through morning mist on the Seine. In 845, the legendary Norse chieftain Ragnar led 120 ships and thousands of warriors straight to the gates of Paris. The Frankish defenders were overwhelmed as the Vikings pillaged the city, taking hostages and demanding an enormous ransom. King Charles the Bald, desperate to save his capital, paid the invaders 7,000 pounds of silver and gold to leave. The bold raid exposed the vulnerability of Europe's heart and forever changed the course of medieval history. What would drive hundreds to make their final stand atop a remote desert fortress? In 73 CE, nearly 1,000 defenders barricaded themselves inside Masada, a mountaintop stronghold overlooking the Dead Sea, as Roman legions laid siege. For months, the Romans built a massive ramp to breach the walls. When they finally entered, they found silence. The defenders had chosen death over surrender. This bold act of resistance echoes through history as a symbol of unbreakable resolve, forever etched into the stones of Masada. Did you know Australia once declared war on birds and lost? In 1932, the Great Emu War erupted when thousands of emus invaded Western Australian farmland, devastating crops. The government sent soldiers armed with machine guns to control the birds, but the emus proved surprisingly resilient. Despite thousands of rounds fired, the birds outran and outsmarted the soldiers, leading to a humiliating withdrawal. The emus, unharmed and victorious, continued roaming freely. This unusual episode remains a quirky chapter in Australia's history, reminding us nature sometimes wins. Did you know that in Renaissance Europe, the pursuit of elegance could be deadly? Among the nobility, corsets were sometimes stiffened with whalebone or even soaked in arsenic-laced solutions. While intended to create the perfect silhouette, these toxic corsets caused mysterious illnesses, skin lesions, and even death. Women wore them day and night, unaware of the danger pressing against their bodies. Doctors eventually traced outbreaks of unexplained sickness back to the fashionable undergarments, exposing a hidden peril in the quest for beauty. Did you know that Europe may have had its own writing system thousands of years before the Greeks or Romans? Discovered in the Balkans, the Vinci script dates back to as early as 5700 BCE. Archaeologists have unearthed hundreds of clay tablets and artifacts inscribed with mysterious symbols long before cuneiform or hieroglyphics appeared. Scholars still debate whether these marks are true writing or symbolic art, but their complexity suggests a lost form of communication. What secrets did these ancient people hope to preserve for the future?